What if you could upgrade your office with 3D printing, reducing costs and completely organize your things in a way that they would always have a good place? I'll do it on a budget, good, affordable and organized. That's what I want. Oh, what a joke of an office this is. There are so many problems in here. For one, I can't open these drawers fully because the desk is in the way. So I can't really keep things in these. The other side, I can't open this printer because the desk is in the way. Oh, it's driving me insane. And the desk, it's way too small. I've got way too much stuff on it. The benches are full with stuff. The printers are in here, which they make noise, so I can't record a voiceover. The rug I put in, the chair sucks. The rug keeps folding when I roll over it. It's just, I need to fix it. I need to fix this office. It's not good enough. I don't know where to put the printers, but I guess they'll have to go somewhere else. I need a bigger desk. That's for sure. So to sum up, I made a list of everything that was wrong with the current setup, and all of them had to be checked before I could get back to work. And based on all that was wrong, I could then make a new list of things to fix. So I immediately set to work emptying the entire space. When I moved into the workshop, I simply didn't have time to set it right. I just crammed everything in there and got started shooting and editing. But we all come to a point in life when we simply can't keep on going without a change, and there were just too many annoying things in the office. I think I've started developing some kind of intolerance towards the fumes from the printers, so I need to solve that. And one solution is getting them out of the office. And like I said, when I'm editing and doing voiceover, I can't have them running because of the noise. That might seem like a small issue, but it's also whenever I have meetings or when I'm recording the podcast with my friend Steve. The desk was just an old desk we placed there meanwhile because the idea was always to have a better office. And having a chair that isn't comfortable just doesn't cut it. And also the rug wasn't ideal to have in a space like this. And let me tell you, I dug deep for this office. I watched every video there was on desk setups and the choices people make, and especially one thing caught my attention. All these desk setup videos are just really expensive. They tell us about the choices of setup, but there's one thing itching in me. You have 2 monitors that are $5,000 each, and a maxed out computer that is as much or even more, and the desk and the chair is also expensive. I need this to be on a budget. I can't afford a monitor for $5,000. It will still cost something though, but here's my trick to trick myself into spending money. I persuade myself without letting anyone else into the conversation. It's just me going, it would probably be better for your health should you move the printer somewhere else. If you get a bigger desk, the quality of your videos will probably increase and therefore you'll earn more money. So it's a win-win. The same goes for upgrading sound quality, and if you get a higher resolution display, you will probably keep your eyes in better shape for longer. If I were to let anyone else into the debate of whether to spend money or not, they would win that argument in no time. It's not even hard. And I hardly ever have any regrets because I've already been persuaded. I did, however, come across one regret for this office. Not a huge one, but that's when I realized my other me had fooled me. He didn't play fair. He came at me with arguments that didn't hold up after the fact. But nonetheless, here I was, turning the office into what would benefit me both work-wise and health-wise. What a good decision that was. After getting all the rubbish out of the office and putting the new IKEA desk together, I mounted a black acoustic panel on the wall where the desk will be. This gives a bit of a moodier look, but it also helps with improving the sound from my recordings. And to attach them, I used this glue I was sent in this case from WTF. And this thing sticks immediately, and it's rock solid. Now these wall panels could be bought in ash or oak, but like I said, this needed to be done on a budget, so this is actually just veneered MDF. That's the way life is. And knowing the 3D printing world, I was pretty sure there would be some awesome 3D prints for these panels, and I wasn't gonna be disappointed. But the biggest hope was that these together with the new carpet would increase the sound quality a lot. Remember, that was one of my persuasion tactics on myself. Quick job. Oh! That removes the echo! Echo! That removes a lot. It's very much more dampened. Ha! The desk I bought came with a slot for an outlet, but I didn't want that, so I removed it for now and added an LED strip to the back of the desk. I've had these for years and I've replaced the double-sided tape a couple of times, but they never really hold up, so I printed a couple of these tiny clamps to keep it in place, even if the tape loosens. This IKEA desk also had a solution for the cables that I liked, and it just hangs underneath the desk. But I also had some other ideas for mounting things under the desk, because the goal is always to have as little clutter as possible. And finally, I could start placing back things in the office and start designing the best solutions for it. And I carried in the thing that took the most persuasion. I probably spent 5 hours of watch time on YouTube looking at displays and reviews. But what won me over, even though this is such a huge investment, was the fact that Mac, which I use, don't have the same resolution as most 4K displays. Instead, a 5K display does the Mac more justice. You get more real estate and better quality. You see, I'm dumb when I'm trying to persuade myself. I designed and 3D printed a mount for the Mac Mini together with something called the U-Green dock. It's a way of giving your Mac Mini more input options, but also an external hard drive, because Apple knows how to charge for storage. Okay, so this didn't work. The tolerances weren't enough. It snapped off, one of the legs snapped off. Then I printed this one in ABS-GF, and then I realized that the tolerances weren't big enough, because I can bend it like this when it's not on the table, but once it's mounted underneath the table, obviously I can't bend it as much, which means I need to make the tolerances a bit bigger. So while I'm waiting for that print, I can go ahead and put everything else at the desk, and then I can start printing for real. Okay, so here comes my regret purchase. I bought new monitors for the computer. I mean speakers. The Onkyo GX30, and mostly because I thought they looked good. But in reality, my old ones were perfectly fine. And these, they don't really play ball with my computer for some reason. But like I said, I can't start doubting myself and go return them. It's just a slippery slope where I'll end up second guessing all my decisions. I'm sticking with these speakers now. And they do look good, and they do sound good when they work. The next issue on the list was charging. Everything you buy these days needs charging. It's like it won't be long before you buy a toothpick and the thing will need charging. It will analyze your teeth and adapt itself to your mouth. USB-C. The IKEA pegboard has one benefit. There are loads of files online to 3D print, but not for everything. So for some of them, I started making custom ones to fit my chargers, and for others, I just downloaded what was available.
I'm a companion, I'll go anywhere you are. I ride my bike, with you on the handlebars. Up the hill we go, 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 go. Down the road we go, 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 go. All around we go, 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 go. I'm alongside of you. In your neighborhood, we fly up high, up to where the air is good. Moving up we go, 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 glide I'm a jean jacket. Wear me anytime you want. I'll fit you right when you wanna put me on. Up and down we go, 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 go. All around we go, 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 go. I could follow, low, alongside of you. It's a good day, I'm sticking under you. I'm happy to be on the way alongside of you. I'll be along the way alongside of you. It's a good day.
And then it was time to revisit my first ever YouTube video. In that video, I made my own leather mouse mat, currently at 2,600 views. I still have that mouse mat and I've used it a lot. But now, 6 years later, I'm fortunate enough to have this laser that can cut the leather for me, as opposed to what I did years ago when I was cutting by hand. Honestly, this machine is expensive, but it is also a luxury to have it. It's an 80-watt CO2 laser that can both cut and engrave a bunch of materials. And the best part is the live camera that helps me align what I'm lasering without wasting material. I'm in bed with Aeon. Not in that way, but they have provided me with this machine to test it out. And they recently sent me a message to say that they have a warehouse in Europe now, which means a lot of benefits, of course. I'll get back to the laser. This wasn't just a throwback to my first ever YouTube video, it was a throwback to that feeling I had after publishing that first video. I mean, the same feeling that still comes over me from time to time when I get truly excited about a project, like The Office. You wake up early, scour the web for ideas on how you could make your office the best office there is, and you educate yourself. That's what I remember from that period, making a logo and just diving into the world of YouTube content regarding cameras, videography, woodworking, 3D printing, just all of it. And my path started with leathercraft. It's something about the smell of leather and just taking a flat object and turning it into something else. Another flat object in this case. And one other thing that I wanted to make was a 3D printed wall clock. And why not have the hands of the clock made from walnut to contrast the black PLA of this wavy thing I designed. This clock was part of the excitement I felt, because a wall clock certainly wasn't a thing I had to make to solve a problem. It was purely out of excitement and a slight feeling of, I can do that. I don't need to buy it, I can do that. All the files for this office rebuild are available through the link in the description. But talking about excitement, there was one project that excited me more than anything: cables. And I'm getting to that, but first I wanted to come up with a good way of storing my headphones, but also kind of show them instead of hiding them, because I think they look awesome. These are from a company called Nothing, and I just love the way they look. Now that I think about it, these were also kind of a purchase I didn't have to make, but I don't regret this one. And the stand was basically an idea I got from standing the headphones on top of the case they came in by accident. And then that got me to the headphone stand that I just really like. And as far as I'd gotten now, I had the means to start working on those cables, but before I did, I realized I had a problem with the IKEA Alex drawers. You see, they don't extend all the way out. And I found a really clever print for them that requires just a bit of surgery on the drawers, but with a few incisions with a drill and a jigsaw, you have a drawer that extends all the way, which is such an upgrade. After that, it was time to organize those cables. But no matter how many files I looked at online, I couldn't find one I liked. Simply because all cables are different types, lengths, and colors, so I decided to do something about that. And what I came up with is a parametric box. Parametric means that you yourself can decide what size you want. The boxes print in place as is, and they have a snap lid. So all you need to do is print it, then print a parametrically sized container for those boxes and add them to your drawer. And in my case, I decided to color code them depending on what type of cables were in them. But you could of course label them as well. And I even made a storage solution for Gridfinity. So all my cables could now go down the door, and I think this looks so much better than any other solution I've seen. It might not be the most convenient, but it looks better. For the other drawers, I filled some with Gridfinity solutions, and for others I made custom boxes to go in. Amongst it, I made one for my camera gear. I'm not an advocate for Gridfinity. Most of the time, it's just a waste of plastic to print a big chunky box to fit something that could just as well go in the drawer. But I'm also a control freak and love organization, so when I know all my batteries are in a drawer, it makes me feel better. So I'm not here to promote Gridfinity, I'd rather draw the things myself, but it saves some time and it suits someone as disturbed as me. Then I was faced with another problem. I had nothing to light my face when I'm having a meeting or a podcast recording. So I decided to make myself a stylish lamp to go on the shelf. And this is a very basic lamp. I used a Philips U-bulb in this one, but make sure you use something that doesn't generate a ton of heat. At least if you print in PLA. A lampshade like this can be printed in vase mode, which gives you a really thin and nice shade. I also wanted something to charge my phone, but also keep it in a good angle against me when I was working. So I designed something for that as well. Since this is quite high and in an angle using only MagSafe to hold my phone, I added a couple of heavy washers in the bottom before attaching it to the top. That way it won't fall over when the phone is attached. I also attached a tiny drawer to go under the desk, and there are great 3D printable solutions for this, but I actually bought this one. I wanted it to have a bottom of felt, and since I have that aforementioned laser, I used that to cut the felt. Cutting thinner materials like that, I usually just attach them with magnets to the bed of the laser. And to prevent cutting the magnets, I can use the camera and the laser to align my cut with the felt. This drawer wasn't ideal, it wouldn't open all the way. I don't know why they make the drawers like this, but it only needs to hold my most used items, the caliper and some radius gauges. The items you want nearby, but without the clutter. I made some last minute things like a laptop stand, the same filament storage solution I had before, but a longer one this time. You always end up with a bunch of rolls of filament and they take up space, but this solution sort of keeps them out of my way. And that concluded my office upgrade. It was an upgrade that needed to happen, and as soon as it was done I could go back to editing. But what happened to the 3D printers? Well, I guess they need a new home as well.